In this guide, we're going to show you how to set up a pay run. First thing you need to do is double check your payday settings. You can find these under the settings menu on the top right hand side of your dashboard. In here, select your default payday, your plan type, and the default length of your pay period. Remember to hit update at the bottom after making any changes. All of these things can be changed on a pay-by-pay basis, but these default settings determine the payday, the plan type, and the pay period length for each new pay that you create. Once you've checked and updated these settings, scroll back to the top of your screen and head back to the dashboard. To create your first pay, move over to the right hand side of the screen and click the Create a New Pay button. This will bring up pay number 1 on your dashboard. The first thing you want to do here is double check that the payday and the pay period start dates are correct. Each new pay that you create will follow on from the date set in your first pay, so it's important to make sure that these are right to begin with. If need be, you can edit these dates using the calendar icon to the right of each date. After checking the dates, you can check the plan type on the right hand side. You can select the free 2-day plan, the 1-day plan, which charges 50 cents per employee per pay, or the overnight plan, which charges 75 cents per employee per pay. Now it's time to load some employees into the pay. There are some quick load options for this, directly under the plan type. Default pay will load all the employees' timesheets according to their default settings in their standard pay section of their employee profile. Copy last will duplicate the last pay run that you processed, but change the dates to match the new pay period and payday. And Workflow Max imports timesheet data from your Workflow Max account if you have that integration established with your Thankyou Payroll account. If you're not using any of these quick load options, you'll need to look underneath the pay week calendar for a list of your employees' names. You can manually add each employee to the pay by clicking the red off button next to their name, and this will toggle them on. Once the employee's status has been turned on, you can then click on their name to take you into their timesheet. This example employee has default settings entered in their standard pay section of their employee profile. So when I've turned them on and clicked on their name to access their timesheet, these default hours have been dragged in. If this is all okay, you can hit the Update and Save button on the bottom right hand side of the timesheet. Otherwise, make any adjustments necessary and then hit Update and Save. If you scroll down, you'll see a pay summary which details your employees' gross, their tax, any KiwiSaver, payroll giving donations, payroll giving credits, student loan, and anything else that is deducted from their pay, and then finally their net pay and the payday transfer that they'll receive in their bank account. On the left is a breakdown of KiwiSaver, showing the employee's KiwiSaver contribution, your employer KiwiSaver contribution, the employer superannuation contribution tax amount, and the total going to the employee's KiwiSaver fund. Once you've finished entering the timesheet and checking the pay summaries, you can head back to the dashboard. Looking at the pay window, you'll now see that there's a figure in the green U deposit box. This indicates the amount and the date that this amount needs to be transferred to us in order to pay your staff on the selected payday. The difference between these two amounts is the PAYE KiwiSaver, and any other deductions that need to be filed to IRD. Once you've confirmed this final amount, you can make your deposit to the Thankyou Payroll Client Trust account, the details of which are stated at the top of your dashboard. It's best to set us up as a payee in your internet banking so that you can transfer to us easily. When you're setting us up, make sure to enter our name as the Thankyou Payroll Client Trust, our bank account number as it appears here, and your Thankyou Payroll client reference number. The reference number is the only piece of information we need to associate your payment with your account. If your reference number is missing from your deposit or is incorrect or misleading, we may not be able to transfer the money to your account in time for your payday, so please make sure that this number is stated correctly. That's all you need to do to process your first pay, but do feel free to give the help desk a call or an email if you run into any trouble along the way.